Hello again, my babies, my lovelies, my lads, my lords, my sugar plums. Sugar plum fairies, maybe. Maybe fairies wear boots. I don't know. They might. They might wear boots. I well, if they're trying to clean up, I don't know what they're wearing, right? They're wearing Van sneakers, which doesn't make any sense, but that's a whole other subject. Because why would we do luminol testing and we only hear about one area, which is in front of Dylan's door? Why don't you hear about other luminol testing in the house? Huh? Like, think about it. How much testing did they do, like luminol wise? Like, did they go throughout the house or just right in front of Miss Prime's door, baby? You know the face of death staring back at you. Oh, you know it. All right, here we go. We gonna get on. We getting on, right? We keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, baby. That's right, like a bird that flew. Now, if only Mister, yeah, Master Nature, geez, Tyrone is excited because it's the weekend, and you know what? Come Tuesday, don't you? But I still am trying to reckon that. But anyway, this is the final. No, no, no. This is the final, ultimate, uh, true, original, final again, coup de grace ending pre-trial, baby, pre-trial. Now, don't mean we're not going to talk about uh other stuff with this case. I'm just saying this is my analysis of what I think happened. Okay, and you know what? I could be totally wrong. Just like everybody else, baby, everybody else. Well, except maybe Master Nature. But we'll see. We'll see what happened at trial. We see what happens at trial, unless something crazy happened, like I said. So where were we, my lovelies and lords and lilies? Where were we? Hmm? Where were we, love? Where were we, love? All right, here's where we were, baby. We were at two. Well, it was 51, but now we're at 2:53 a.m. in the morning, loves. 2:53 a.m. in the morning. What does this mean? This is the last call that Maddie slash Kaylee. That's the last call to Jack. That's the last call. After like 6 calls, no response from, the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend. What did you tell Adam, Jack? No, I'm sorry. What did you tell Adam, Maddie? Oh, now you guys want to know. Now you want to play in the mud, don't you? Now we playing in the mud, but you wanted the coup de grace, didn't you? You wanted the coup de grace. Tyrone knows you wanted the coup de grace. Tyrone always knows. I am between the worlds, love, except on bingo night, which I still can't win any fucking money on it. Fucking smiley ass God. Not kind of like this, but a little bit smiley. Smiley like that. Like, I just cheated you, Tyrone, out of 5 spirit currency dollars. You're never going to make money up here. Never. Never, Tyrone. That's what the smiley God is telling me. Oh, my God. All right, where were we? Anyway, what did you tell Adam? I told him, like, everything. Like, not that kind of. Well, her tone is interesting because it's much deeper if you notice that and this means nothing. It's just her tone is deeper than Kaylee's. It's just odd. It's just an oddity. Nothing. It doesn't mean shit. Just saying, her tone is just odd. It's just a deeper tone. Like, I told Adam everything. Like, it's deep, not that deep, but you get my meaning. Yeah, that's the mud. But if there's some sort of rumor about Adam and Kaylee, and and Jack knows what this rumor is, I'm just saying, I'm in the mud. This is just my theory. But there's something between these two, and that's, for some reason, yeah, I don't know, unless he's a participant, he's pissed off at her. Or, I mean, look, we can go a million ways with this, guys. We can go a million ways. We could say, well, he was sleeping. He went home and went to bed, turned his phone off, right? That's a possibility. That's possible, guys. It's late, 2:53 a.m. I don't know if that's late for Mr. Jack, but I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it's possible he just went home, went to bed, turned his phone off. So that's why he didn't respond. Okay, that's right. Or if we're taking the mud route, he's pissed off at Kaylee for some reason, and Maddie for some reason. And it might have to do with good old Adam. What did you tell Adam? I told him everything. About what? About what? Oh, about, what somebody else told Jack about what you and Adam were doing together. See? Somebody made up a rumor. Wonder who that could fucking be. Anyway, that's just that's another side trip, baby. That's a side trip. All right, in the mud, in the fucking mud. All right. Now, where were we? Okay, we're at 2:53, guys. That's where we're at. From this point forward, there is no more outside communication from Maddie or Kaylee at this point forward. 2:53. All communication ceases. Now, the official storyline, well, we know what that is. But shit's supposed to start happening around what? Again, who the fuck knows? Some put it at 4. Some put it a little later, like 4:05 to 4:08. I don't fucking know. We'll put it at, I don't fucking know. It doesn't really fucking matter at this point, because I don't think people were killed during this time, but whatever. Or unalived. Okay, let's just say shit starts happening at 4. All right? So what? There's an hour and 7-minute time gap. Right? Hour and 7 minutes or so, approximately. Right? You can stretch this a little bit if you want. You could stretch it another 5-10 minutes if you'd like. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Because everything in my coup de grace, everything is over by 3:30 a.m. Done, sealed, delivered. That's it, baby. So there's half an hour. That's why I keep saying half an hour. There's a half an hour gap that occurs between the first round, right, and the second round. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in between these 30 minutes. I don't know. Still thinking about that. Now, in those 30 minutes, what are Kaylee and Madison doing, right? What are they doing? Well, the dog could be there. Could be in the room. In Kaylee's room. Maddie's in her room. Maddie is in her room. They could talk before bed, sure. Hey, okay, we'll catch you tomorrow, right? Yeah, that prick's not fucking answering the phone. I don't know what his problem is, right? Maybe they talk that, don't worry about it. We'll talk to him tomorrow, whatever. All right, good night. Good night. She goes into her room with Murphy, the dog. Maddie goes into hers. Right? Right. There's no intention of sleeping together in the same bed, guys. That's complete fucking horseshit. Complete bullshit. Okay, I'm telling you that fucking right now. There's no intention of these two sleeping in the same bed together. I don't know who thought of that was the intention or what, but we all heard that, and that's nonsense. Fucking nonsense. They're not sleeping in the same bed together, guys. Fucking hell. Kaylee is sleeping in her room with her dog. And Maddie is sleeping in her room. And there's nothing fucking weird about it. All right. So, now what? 30 minutes, baby. What are you doing? What's the prime and her associates doing within these 30 minutes? 8? What are they doing? Think about it. What are they doing? Is it a prep? Is it prepping? What are we doing? Because there is a time gap. So is it what? What is it? Are we drinking some more? Who the fuck knows, right? Maybe they're just pounding down some before they go up. Who knows what they're doing, right? I could see that. I could see these characters, including DM, I can see them just pounding some down right now at this point. Hell, fuck yeah, right? How much did the prime, Dylan, exaggerate to the police that she drank that night? How much did she fucking exaggerate? You know what that's also called? A lie. Another lie from the prime. Why would you exaggerate that much amount of alcohol you'd have to drink? Right? Why would you exaggerate to that extent how much alcohol you had to drink that day and night? Why? 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 It's completely, guys, it's so outlandish. I mean, even a casual fucking listener would be like, well, damn, that's a lot of fucking alcohol. Again, you'd be probably in a hospital unless you are a raging alcoholic or close to one at 20 with psychotic problems. You might be a fucking alcoholic because everything in this history that we're seeing, she drinks a lot. Guys, she drinks a lot. Okay, a lot. And you can try to say, well, that's college student, whatever. She's not even legal yet, though. She's not even legal yet, and she's pounding all this. I mean, come on. I don't know, guys. To me, that's a lot. I mean, we party in college and shit, but fuck. I mean, it just seems to be throughout this history, though. There's this overabundance of something. So I don't know, but why exaggerate to that much, though? I mean, that's a lot to exaggerate. Well, because then you're trying to give yourself a cover. It's just about giving yourself a cover, guys. That's all it is about. Ain't nothing tricky about it. You're giving yourself a cover. Yeah, it's fucking a poor one, but this isn't a real investigation anyway, guys, right? What we're actually looking at is not even a real investigation. Like, for real. But this is this is what I think should be, right? But that's the cover. Well, why is her memory so messed up? Well, because she said she drank like all this liquor and, she may have used some other substances. That's why, her memory's all messed up. And guys, that's a cover. And it's a cover. How you know it's a cover? Because of the exaggeration of amount of alcohol that was drank. That's how you know. It's a lie. Fucking hell. And then why would you lie? Because you need a cover to rationalize, so the cops can rationalize, well, she was drunk and all messed up. So of course she didn't, of course she didn't know what she saw, blah blah blah. That's a cover, and it's so stupid. But that's what it is. And I don't know what, I don't know. Again, we're not seeing a real investigation. So if this was a real investigation, I think the police would have like honed in on that. I think they would have been like, that's an awful lot amount of alcohol to drink. Are you sure you had that much? You start going in that direction if this was a real investigation, guys. I love you. Okay, let's keep going, babies. Tyrone, love you. Let's keep going now. Oh, you wanted it. You wanted it, didn't you? That's right. That's right. Well, Master Nature ain't playing now, right? I told you. I keep telling you, Master Nature is where it's at, but you don't. Well, maybe some of you are listening. You know why? Because now we're at 298. Oh my God. Guess where we're going, babies and lords and lads and lovelies and fairies and sugar plums and sugar lovelies and lollipops and, oh my God, honeysuckles at midnight, love. But no, we're going right here. We're going to 500, my babies. If my face of death, if the candle don't fail me now, love. We going to 500. Guess what happens then, guys? You get to buy a Tyrone one-of-a-kind t-shirt. That's right. Tyrone is going to be the first one on a t-shirt, love. That's right. And it's going to say something like, I don't know, it's got to be catchy. It's got to be like, it's got to be something catchy, guys. Like, it can't be just bingo, I mean, even though it's my favorite, but no, it has to be like me looking all badass in my 1906 clothing. Oh my God, you lilies are so bad. You know that? You lilies are bad. You know why? Because you're thinking about 1906 clothing on gentlemen and what that must look like on them. Ooh, we looking handsome tonight, love. Oh my God, Moon Lily, why are you so bad all the time? I don't get it. Oh my, you lilies are worse than the dudes and the lords and whatever. All right, let's keep going. Jesus, my God, oh my. All right, at this point, I think all three of them, including the Prime, I think they're all in their masks. Yes, they all have their weapon of choice on them. And they proceed to go up. Yep. This one's difficult now. Guys. Difficult. What we're supposed to believe is that this is what we're supposed to believe. Maddie was attacked first up there. Okay, she was the first one that got attacked upstairs. Then it goes to Kaylee, heard commotion in Maddie's room, and went to go see what's going on. Right? Yes. Right. That's where Kaylee sees what's happening to Maddie. And that's when she also gets attacked after that. After walking into the room, seeing Maddie getting attacked. Now, the narrative is the lone wolf turns his attention away from Maddie and then proceeds to go after Kaylee, right? That's what we're supposed to believe. But, this is weird. This is where I diverge maybe a little bit off the path, not fully into the wood, a little bit off the path. Okay, I'm not in the wood and I'm not in the mud. Okay, a little bit of divergence, but I think it would be more reasonable to to piece this out. All right, let's hash this. Let's hash it out, baby. Let's hash it out. It's not a stretch for me to think. Okay. No, no. It's all right. I'm still within the lines, guys. I'm still within the lines in my theory and my thought. I'm struggling a little bit with a few things, but all right. If it's true, and it seems so, that Maddie had now again, this is you gotta take this with a grain of salt, guys. You want the coup de grace? This could be the fucking coup de grace, right? You gotta take this with a grain of salt. Maddie had unknown male DNA found under her fingernails, right? Yes. Yes. Okay. But you cannot say that was from one of the attackers. You cannot do that. No, you cannot. As much as you want to, we don't know. We don't know without any corroboration. See, if the DNA under her fingernails matched DNA on at another point in the house, whatever, okay, then you're onto something there with what's under her fingernails, okay? Without a secondary piece of evidence like the same DNA, you gotta take it with a big grain of salt, because I can say, well, when Maddie and Kaylee were out at the corner club doing whatever they were doing, she could have touched somebody's face. She could have touched the guy's face. They're all drinking. They're all drunk, right? Could have danced with some guy, right? Touching a guy's face. Listen, you're at the corner club, right? A place where you're familiar, right? You've been there a million times. You probably know all the people who are going in there. At least you recognize them to some degree because you go there. You've probably been there so many times. So it's not unusual for me to think that Maddie, and maybe even Kaylee, who knows, right? Maybe that you wouldn't you touch a guy's face. That to me that's not outlandish. Especially if you meet friends there. Hey, how are you? You like hug them. You may touch their face with your hand. To me, that's not a stretch. Okay, so you got to be careful with the DNA under the fingernails, because that seriously could have come from her night out. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. The only way that's relevant is if you can match another DNA source at the house. That's the only way that becomes relevant, at least to me. All right, at least to me. All right, we keep going, loves. We keep going. So. Tyrone is still looking at you. Well, not me. That ain't Tyrone. That is like, well, you know what that is. Oh my God. But I did learn this in New Orleans. Oh yes, I did. I learned this whole fucking thing in New Orleans, and you're gonna know about it eventually. All right, let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Now, where are we? I feel when the three go upstairs, I think one goes into Maddie's room, and I think the other two go into Kaylee's room. I believe Dylan, I believe it's DM and one of her psycho friends, one of the males, Frat, They go into Kaylee's room. Yes, they all eventually end up in Maddie's room. Possibly. That is not even known. Because they could have just moved her. Yeah. So, who punches her in the face? Well, who do you think? Who punches Kaylee in the face? Supposedly, right? Remember, the mutt likes to give out information from time to time. And oh, well, she was punched in the face. All right. That's not you can't consider that a secondary weapon, idiot. But maybe he's trying to say that. I don't know. But whatever. So, who punched her in the face? Now, if you're the prime, right? Would you punch her in the face? I don't know. Maybe. Tough one. But whatever. The point is, it's Kaylee. There's two with her, one with Maddie. Maddie, I feel. I feel Maddie is the. This is. I feel Maddie really didn't have any chance at all. That's what I feel. I feel Maddie was. I don't know. For some reason I see this. I don't feel like. I feel like it was really fast and quick with her, and with Kaylee not the same. Kaylee definitely not the same. Maddie was quick, guys. I'm sorry. This is just my theory, guys, okay? I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to piss anybody off. This is all my theory. Everything is alleged, right? I'm not accused. Again, I have to say this shit. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Nobody's convicted of anything. Nobody, okay? This is just what I feel happened based on everything that I've seen, okay? And again, if this was a proper investigation, but no, Maddie goes pretty quick, actually. But Kaylee, not so much. Now you got the prime, and you got the other one. The other one's in Maddie. The other one's whatever is with Maddie. But you got now the prime and the other psycho frat. Now it's both on her. Both on her. Yep. Both on her. And I think there's brutalization. Definitely. If you're punching somebody in the face, guys, let alone, but let's just start with punching somebody in the face. Well, now you're starting and your intent is to, unalive them. Well, now we're just going to start brutalizing. I mean, I start punching you in the face. I mean, Jesus. I must got some real strong anger towards you for some fucking reason. If I start off by punching you in the face, hell, if I'm a lone wolf psycho, right, doing all this, you think I'd punch her in the face? Probably not. No. My job, if I'm the lone wolf psycho, right, and I just took out, 3 other people, I'm not going to bother punching this one in the face for no reason. Fuck no. I'm going to take my knife or whatever I got and good night. That's it. Fucking hell. And then get my ass out of there, right? But we don't see that. Anyway. So, yeah. I feel Kaylee does, I feel she does get a bit of a beating. I feel that 2 weapons were used on her, not just one. I feel that her wounds, aside from part of Ethan and part of Xana. Now, they got specific wounds that were brutal. Okay. but some of it was accidental in the course of the stabbings. Okay. Some of it was accidental, like meaning I wasn't planning on cutting your fingers off, like your hand got in the way. Okay. And Ethan, the same thing. Ethan's a little different though. This is deliberate. This is deliberate, very deliberate. What I'm doing to him, very deliberate. Especially if it's true that I'm carving a turkey on turkey legs. If that's true, fucking hell. If that ain't fucking personal, to me that's personal. To me, you know what that says to me when you're doing that shit? Well, I already talked about this, but you're a hunter, first of all, but you're also jealous. You're also a jealous fucking hunter. You're not only a psycho hunter, but you're jealous too for some fucking reason. You are fucking jealous. Jealous. For some reason of E. And therefore, I'm going to spend a little extra time carving my turkey legs. That's what that says to me, baby. All right. Hey, we still going, aren't we? Hey, the world between the living and the dead right now, baby. It's wide open. And you better listen to Master Nature because he is the true psychic. You've been following all these fakes and frauds and schnooks, right? You've been following all these people, but you got to get back to the master. There's only one, baby. There's only one. And you are going to see it. You're seeing it right now through the flame. Through the flame, baby. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. We keep going now. So, yep. Unfortunately, Kaylee, she gets the worst. For some reason, well, you got the prime who has first, I don't know, out of her mind, hatred, I don't know, going psychotic. And then you got the one with her also has, I don't know, there's some level of rage with this one. And yeah, she gets the worst, man. Ladies and lows and lovelies and man dudes. Fuck yeah. I don't know. I'm not getting into the 4chan fucking shit. I'm not going to get into the 4chan stuff. Oh, well, she was disemboweled. Shit like that, dude. I'm not getting into any of the 4chan nonsense. Fuck you all. Fuck you all, 4chan. Fuck you all, 4chan. Fuck you all. I ain't getting into that bullshit. We don't know. We don't fucking know. Nobody's seen any fucking pictures. We don't fucking know. Fuck you, 4chan. Papa Roger, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, Papa Roger. I don't know. I mean, the only one thing that would compel me to think anything about this is that if this person who was posting, on Facebook, whatever, in a group chat or a group, if this poster mentions the sheath before any type of official police release of that, okay, that would pique my curiosity a little bit. It would pique my curiosity. It would. Yeah, it would a little bit. But remember, we already knew that it was some sort of bladed weapon that was used, thanks to the coroner of all trades. Right? Yeah, Okay, bladed weapon. So, it's not that big of a leap to say, oh, is there a sheath? To me, that's not that's not a big leap. Especially if it's a bladed weapon. Oh, where's the sheath? That doesn't premonish anything for me, guys. You got to keep in mind, you know what I mean? So I don't know about that. I don't know about that stuff, guys. Anyway, so yeah. So what do we do after 3:30? What happens from 3:30 on? There's definitely well, if Kaylee is not unalived in Maddie's room and she's unalived in her room, well, then we're going to have to move her to Maddie's room. And if, like, again, if this is true, we don't know. This is what we're supposed to be known, that they were found in bed together. Found in bed together. Uh-huh. That's what we're supposed to believe. But that could mean, hey, we just picked her up and fucking placed her right in the fucking bed. That's all that means. Don't mean they were sleeping together. Fucking idiots. Fucking Moscow. You fucking pricks. You fucking corrupt fucks. Yeah. Fuck you, Stanley. But, yeah. So, I mean, she could have been, again, that Kaylee could have been killed in her room. We'd know that. We would know that if we knew what the room looked like, but we don't. We don't know what the room looked like. So if there's blood everywhere, well, gee, I think she was probably killed in her room, and then they put her in Maddie's room. I don't fucking know. Maybe. Or they got her out of the room. They closed the door where the dog was. They kept the dog in her room. The dog was in her room. But they got her into Maddie's room. They shut her door. They usher her into Maddie's room. And that's where all the shit starts happening. All right in her room. That would make a little bit more sense now, would it? Because, well, if the dog is there, then the dog is going to be in Kaylee's room, and it's going to be shut. The door is going to be shut, so the dog can't get out. That makes sense. Okay. All right, guys. So we will talk. Maybe we'll do something then from, okay, well, then there's the cleanup. So you have now from 3:30 to 11:58, let's just say, you have all this time to do what you want. All this time to do what you want. Because nobody called the fucking police. Nobody called 911. So you have all this time to do whatever the fuck you want in the house. Anything. You could do anything between these times. Anything. Think about it. All right. We're gonna do maybe what do they call that? Fucking hell. An epilogue. All right. I love you all. I hope you like that one. I know it's long, but hey, you wanted the real you want Master Nature. Well, here right in front of your fucking face. All right. We all love you, babies. Okay. Bye-bye, loves.